PathMonk is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. PathMonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add PathMonk to your website in seconds. Let the AI do all the work and get access to 50% more qualified leads while you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us on pathmonk.com. Welcome to today's episode. Let's talk about today's guest. We have Emily Eckert from Supernormal. How are you doing today, Emily?
I'm good. I'm very good. Thank you for having me on.
No, it's good to have you on today's show, and myself and our listeners are curious. Super normal. What is super normal, right? It sounds not normal at all. So, in your own words, can you tell us a little bit more about super normal?
Yeah, of course. So Supernormal is a startup. We build AI tools that make work, well, less work. So right now we are focused on the work that happens in meetings and keeping teams aligned and fast moving by taking detailed meeting notes and distributing those notes for teams. There's so much of the work that we do, I think everywhere it happens in meetings, but it takes a tremendous amount of time and diligence to accurately record what happens in meetings and to share that information so everybody stays aligned. So Supernormal does all of that work for you. We take detailed meeting notes for all your meetings. They include a transcript, a summary, action items, and we keep them organized in a centralized and searchable place for you and for your team. What's also really special about Supernormal's meeting notes is that you can fully customize your Supernormal experience and your notes with AI to get the experience and the notes that you want. So this is my favorite part of Supernormal because it allows me to go back to conversations, a week, a month, 2 months later, and I can prompt it and ask it for new insights and new notes that might not have been top of mind then, but are really, really important now. So just overall, Supernormal's here to handle a bunch of work for you and to keep your team aligned and fast moving and on the same page so that you can focus on the work that only you can do.
That's awesome to hear. I think everybody wants something like that, right? There's always one designated person in a
Yes.
in a call every time, and they at the end of the call, right? Everybody's asking, "Hey, can you send everything?" And uh,
Yeah.
there's something like that, right? So great stuff.
And
Yeah.
for most of my career, that was me. I was the person responsible for taking and sending the notes. So this product is particularly special to me.
Definitely, the hardship of it and the pressure that people at the end, right? It's like, hey, can you send me the notes? What
Yeah.
did we talk? Were you sure? There's so many questions involved. So definitely there's a lot of pressure on the person who takes notes. So I'm glad that's super normal. Can help us out with this. So then uh are your clients only business or classrooms as well? Or who's your vertical, your segment that you guys like to go for?
Yeah, so we're really built for teams that have lots of internal and external meetings, so they need to keep a lot of people aligned. So that includes, namely, teams at marketing agencies who have a lot of clients. Sales teams is another vertical. But we also serve, project and product teams who need to keep everyone aligned across, various functions like product engineering and design. So that's who we're serving right now. We do have, students do use us to cover lectures, things like that, but we're really, I think, focused right now on helping teams and companies up level through notes and through that alignment value prop.
Okay, awesome. Great to hear. And as far as some marketing efforts from your sites, in order to get those people inside the door to use Supernormal, what do you say is your top client acquisition channel that's best working for you guys right now?
Yeah, so right now, and this is very humbling, and I think a testament to the product. The majority of our new customers learn about Supernormal through word of mouth. They find out about us from a friend or a teammate, or by receiving notes from a meeting that they attended. So that part of that is because we're still really very small, definitely in startup mode, focusing on those organic channels. So our other biggest acquisition channels are organic search. What's been really surprising about kind of PLG and organic search is when you approach them in conjunction, they fortify the brand and they really amplify each other. So It's super normal, and I know I've said this, but I can't say it enough. Like, our team genuinely cares that work is easier, that it's less mundane, that it's more engaging for every team member. So that teams are really doing the work that like only they can do, and not all of the, little stuff.
Mhm.
And so I've personally dedicated most of my career to helping teams operate well, and everybody at Supernormal is really, really passionate about that. And so we do that through the product and through the sharing loops within the product, which exists to distill and distribute information. But we also do it through the content we create to support teams. So we're creating a lot of content that's getting a lot of organic traction around just how to make work easier through Supernormal, but also other like productivity hacks. And so when we do these two things together, they really kind of build a brand that really is about making work easier. And it's all very authentic, and it delivers on its promise.
That's great to hear. And well, I am here on your website, Emily. Um, what role does a website play for your client acquisition for you guys?
Well, it's really, really important for us because it's our first impression. So most users, when they find out about us, even if they get notes, they still end up looking at the website. And it's where people go to sign up. So very, very important for us. I think the biggest strength of our site is how the design really reflects our brand and our value prop, and is incredibly authentic. I think our brand is very special. We're not just another like AI SaaS tool. There's like dozens of them out there, but we really care about making work life easier for people. And by extension, more fun. Work should be fun. The design of our site, I think, really captures that, which I think is unique for like a B2B SaaS brand.
Mhm.
However, the sites, you're on the site now, it's still limited. Like, we're always looking for new ways, new pages, so we can create additional resources for people. So I'm excited. In 2024, we have a whole bunch of ideas about new content, new pages that we can put up that really help people understand how Supernormal can help them up level their teams.
Definitely. And for our listeners, you can check them out at supernormal.com.
Yes.
Uh, Great tool there for taking meeting notes, right? So awesome and for that. And well, let's switch gears a little bit, Emily, and talk about you as a leader. You being the head of marketing there for Supernormal. What are some key tasks you focus on your day-to-day work?
So key tasks, I think that I like this question because it's such a different answer working at a startup versus working at a big company. And I've been had the privilege of doing both. I think at a startup, everyone wears lots of hats, me included. We have a really tiny marketing team. So some days I'm really focused on content creation, and some days I'm really focused on, performance experiments. But I think the two things that I do every day that are very, very important to like how we operate and our growth right now is I track our metrics. So like first thing every morning, I look at about 60 metrics, day over day, week over week, and month over month. And it's really to understand the product and our users and how they're evolving over time. And a startup, things are changing like rapidly day over day. So I want to just make sure that I have a really good handle on what's happening and how I always call a company a machine, but how the machine is performing overall. The second thing I do, because we are such a small team, is I create content daily. So I'll create social media content. I'll create content for the website to drive organic search. I have a content calendar that is just like jam-packed full of things that I want to publish every week. And so I spend a lot of time creating content, from memes to blog posts to new web pages, just all of that stuff.
Okay, awesome. They're great. Like you mentioned, startups, different hats. So it's something new every year. And going into 2024, I'm sure it's gonna even get a lot busier. So
A lot of stuff
good
we want to do.
luck, definitely. All right, well, let's jump into our section, our rapid fire section round. You ready for them, Emily?
Okay, let's try it.
All right. First up, what is the last book that you read?
Oh, the last book that I read was Adam Grant's new book about hidden potential. I think it's called Hidden Potential. I'm a bit of an organizational sociology nut. So I really enjoyed that book. And also like the book, it really rang true with what like Supernormal does. It's the book's an exploration of how organizational structures and rituals shape our achievements and opportunities at work. And one of my takeaways is how much potential there is with AI and with AI tools like Supernormal to improve those structures and improve those rituals so that people can meet their potential at work and succeed at work faster. And so, yeah, I really, really enjoyed that one.
That's awesome. Great find there. Great read. Next up, what is one single thing that Supernormal is focused on at the moment the most?
Right now, we're really focused on improving all parts of the work that goes into, during, and after meetings. And so I think that right now we take meeting notes and we make sure that those notes are available to everyone afterwards and they're completely customizable and every person on the team can get what the information they need from those notes. But there's a whole bunch of work that we're doing R&D on and how to improve the pre-meeting experience, how to improve the during meeting experience. And so those are the things that we're currently thinking about for 2024.
Okay, awesome, great. And if there would be no boundaries in technology, what would be that one thing that you want to have fixed for your role as a marketer today?
No boundaries on technology. I would say I would love AI for scenario planning. I think particularly on the growth marketing front, there's just like so many ways we can invest and we have such limited resources, especially as a startup. And so the more we could, really identify, initiatives that we can do, projects we can do, decisions we can make, and get scenario analysis with probability weighting with AI. I think that would be the most amazing tool. Like someone has to be working on that, but that would be really useful, I think, for marketers, probably for everyone, but especially for marketers.
I would agree with that. Now, if there was one repetitive task that you could automate, what would that be?
Definitely market research and competitive analysis. Since I started my career in tech 10 years ago, every quarter I have done market research for like whatever team I'm on. And I think it's an often overlooked but incredibly important part of marketing and product development. And I think I've gotten quite good at it over the years, but I'd love a tool that could just do it for me. And I think we've all heard about OpenAI's new GPTs product, which I'm very excited to experiment with over break and see if I can build that for myself because it would save me so much time every quarter.
Up and the way they made it sound right, super easy to create. So
That's what
definitely
they
have
say. Yeah.
awesome. And well, lastly, I love asking this question, and you've been with with major companies. What is one piece of advice that you would give yourself if you were to restart your journey as a marketer today?
Learn how to make memes. No, that's like a joke. But I have really enjoyed learning how to make memes over the last quarter. And you can check them all out on our Instagram page. Our handle's at Supernormal app. But I think genuinely, I would have loved to strike a better balance of experience with brand and performance, especially for this role. I've had a very winding career, like you mentioned. I started in feature and TV production, and then I had several years at Instagram. And at both those places, there's a premium on storytelling and brand development, which is really, really important and something I deeply appreciate based on those experiences. But there's also the science behind marketing, the math, the mechanics, the formulas, the tooling. And I think that work is equally as important. And I came to that side of marketing a little bit later. And I think I'd invest in that learning and understanding sooner if I could.
Awesome, great to hear that. And well, Emily, thanks a lot for being on the show with us today. I do want to give you the last word. If someone forgets everything about the interview today, what is that one thing they should remember about Supernormal?
I think that we really do take the best, most insightful meeting notes and using them in your workflows and with your team really can make you faster moving and more aligned. And that is something that everybody on our team cares about a lot. And we hope that you try it and get that value out of it.
Definitely, guys. I know everybody has some meetings who's listening on because we're all marketers and we got meetings. Go check them out at supernormal.com. Spend less time writing, polishing, and sharing notes and more time on work only you can do. Thanks a lot, Emily.
Exactly.
Definitely. Thanks a lot, Emily, for being with us today. To our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in and looking forward to our next episode at PathMonk Presents.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Emily.
Bye, Ernesto.